Okay, I'm actually excited to watch this Anox team, or Anox. First time I've got a chance to watch them with this current roster. It is fairly close. I think Sharik was on the old Quake Fortress team too, so I think it's like 3 of the 6 that were on Quake Fortress, and apologies if I'm forgetting.
Well, this is interesting because people are saying Cooler got kicked off the old Quake Fortress team, now known as Anox, and Cooler is playing for them here today, so I don't even know what's going on here. I think, you know, I know he's at LAN later right now, but be curious to see Slasher's thoughts on that, because he went into the deep history between all these Anox players, you know, in their run as Quake Fortress, now as Anox, but Cooler back with the team, it looks like. So take a look here at the defense for Anox as they roll out. It's going to be Cooler on the Symmetra, Kenzie on the Widowmaker, Cypher on McCree, Anox on the Winston, Sharik on the Reinhardt, and Rubicon on Lucio.
Alrighty, boys. It's time to head back to Hollywood, where we have been so likely to head almost every single series. It really seems like Hollywood is becoming the #2 most picked map, at least from my perspective, behind Kings Row. Basically everybody likes playing on it.
I'm not one for standing around.
Yeah, Hollywood, I mean, it's really come up in pick popularity, and, you know, maps come and go. It's interesting to see it come about. But take a look here at the Reunited squad. We're going to have Cruz on the Lucio, Unfixed on the Pharah, Too Easy on Zarya, Morte on Mercy, Volataja on the McCree, and Winghaven going to round things out here on Reinhardt. And if those who don't know, Winghaven's been basically only Reinhardt for an incredibly long time, and he has leveled up his game a lot. One of the more fun Reinhardts to watch in the game, to be sure. But here we go, speed boost coming out from Reunited, not wasting any time, as Unfixed now taking up the Pharah mantle, looking for some early damage.
Yeah, Unfixed is also one of the better Pharahs in a whole game, North America and Europe combined. He's just a really adept Pharah, so we're going to see him use the Concussive Blast to try to get in a good position here, but he has to watch out for that Widowmaker, who has a high ground advantage now. So the team will be gathered up behind Reinhardt's shield, pushing forward. Both Reinhardt shields very close to going down here, ZP, as the engagement is happening in just a second.
Reunited now looking to be a little bit more aggro. Speed boost is out. Zarya's shield is out. As Unfixed now works his way to the back. Landing good shots on the McCree. McCree getting juggled. Almost going down to start with. Has to run away. Too Easy and Winghaven diving even deeper. Picking up a kill each. Resurrection coming up from Morte. Bring up the few fallen heroes on the Reunited side. And nothing flashy here as they just work their way in. Getting kill after kill. Unfixed going to take out Kenzie. Methodical and disciplined is this first push from Reunited. And it looks like they're going to take point A.
Yeah, solid stuff from Reunited. Not too aggressive, not too passive, just a perfect middle ground and great coordination as a team. They never were too far away from each other, using the Reinhardt shield to great effect, and of course Unfixed really opened that up for his team with some great Pharah play.
Thank you kindly.
And looking at here, the offense here from the side of Reunited with a big ult advantage. They have Graviton Surge on the table, Deadeye on the table, Earth Shatter on the way. Sharik will have an Earth Shatter for the defense, but there's a timing window here where Reunited can really just pile on. They're just going over the rooftop here, taking the bridge. Deadeye coming out, Graviton coming out. He was looking to bring down the Reinhardt shield that charge. Didn't quite get him. Might not even matter though, as Unfixed picking up the double. Zarya with the support. And that is a full team wipe in favor of Reunited.
And if you were watching the ultimates at the top of your screen, you could see that coming from a mile away. Of course, Too Easy was stacked up with the Graviton Surge, and Unfixed was just about to have his barrage as well, so kind of saw that one coming, and there were no ultimates at all for the defensive team. That said, this time all the ultimates are in favor of defense, so can they take advantage of this now that they have that advantage?
Take a look at Sharik right now. Sharik looking for the perfect opportunity to drop that Earth Shatter. Winghaven, of course, keeping him a shield, protecting his team from getting hit. But look at this, we have a Winston crazy in the back. That might be the opportunity he needs for the Earth Shatter. Getting knocked down, 3 players. Soundbarrier going to do a little bit to protect them. We'll see if that's enough, as now Reunited trying to turn the tables here. And I'm going to note, by the way, you have Too Easy on Tracer here for this point. He's going to take out Cooler. Again, Tracer coming to the meta. Too Easy with the double kill. Going to get taken out by Kenzie, but I think the damage is done.
Yeah, Reunited absolutely smashing Anox right now with another almost entirely clean wipe. Defense, they can't stop it. They cannot stop this payload from getting to the next checkpoint. I would be shocked if they even tried. So they're going to be having to set up in a good position here, or are they going to try? Yeah, I don't like it. Kenzie down and out. That already means that they're 5 versus 6 in the next engagement. Ultimates kind of easy for both teams, but This seems like a wasted effort.
Cypher coming in with the triple kill Deadeye. Able to potentially help hold this here. Voltaja gonna punish him in turn. Resurrection though coming out as Rubicon giving some life here to the Anox team, and they're gonna hold the second point.
Wow, that was so risky for Anox here. But they made it work, and I have to eat my words entirely. I mean, those types of plays, it's really tough to call, because if they had failed at stopping the payload from getting to this checkpoint, they would be in such a bad position right now, but they haven't, and I have to eat my words entirely.
Interesting stuff coming out here as Kenzie now got off of Widowmaker on defensive tracer. Don't see that all the time. As now 2easy goes to offensive Widowmaker, sort of switching off on roles here. Cypher is able to get Voltaja, but 2easy fighting right back, takes out Cypher on the Widowmaker, has a double kill here so far, looking for more. 2easy being unleashed. As Unfit's gonna take out Mercy in the back, and looking pretty decent here for Reunited as they push forward.
No one can hide from my sight.
Okay, Unfixed is beginning to pile on the damage big time. His Pharah is an absolute game changer here. That's actually a decent advantage now for Reunited. They're up 1 man in this next fight, and they're getting 4 kills in a row, which is gonna allow this payload to move almost all the way around the next bend before Anox even has a chance to start chipping away at them. And they actually have switched on over. They do have Kenzie switched off Tracer, and now on to Widowmaker, and this last stretch can be quite good, and let's see what Kenzie can do. He's going to need to play very well for his team to delay this.
2easy was on the Widow, switched to everyone's favorite Roadhog. Roadhog's first appearance today coming out as Shriek moving in, gonna knock down 2 people off the Earth Shatter, gets pushed out of the way, not able to get the charge right after, and Reunited might be dealing with this just fine. 2 kills for Reunited off of that Earth Shatter, turning the tables. And now let's take a look at 2easy. If 2easy gets a hook or 2 here, Fish Sticks, this could be over before it even begins.
2easy's such a versatile player. I mean, he has like 10 different heroes at his disposal, and it's gonna be an easy push and a time set almost definitely here. Here comes the barrage from Unfixed to finish things off, and here comes the time. It's gonna be 5 minutes and 35 seconds set by Reunited, and that's really quick.
That is blazingly fast for Hollywood. Anox got absolutely bullied, both on the first point, into the streets phase. They did have a moment, and this is the moment, where they fought back. Cypher got a big Deadeye into a Mercy res, but this is basically the only good moment this game for Anox. Other than that, it was all Reunited.
Yeah, if it weren't for this Deadeye, we could have had a time of like 4 minutes, almost even said. So
there is the time, 5:35. Is the official timer going forward, and Reunited has to feel pretty good about this. This is a very defensible time as we switch sides for round number 2.
All right. So what can Anox do now to try and beat that pretty damn quick time? I think we're gonna have to see some crazy stuff coming out of them, some crazy compositions. Like, I wouldn't even mind seeing something as bizarre as Bastion on attack, just something to catch the defenders off guard. I think is what's going to be absolutely necessary here.
And for those who are just wondering, there's a little bit of confusion in chat. We did implement 1 hero limit here for today. It was something that the competitive community has wanted for a long time. Probably the thing that they have been most vocal about. Their rallying cry was spamming eggplant emojis everywhere. While the eggplants have gotten their wish, today is 1 hero limit, and it's definitely made for some interesting games here thus far. And even though we're not seeing double McCree every single fight, the single McCrees have been doing a lot of work here today.
Yeah, Deadeye still one of the best ultimates in the game. Even if you don't connect with it, it's still good because it is so good for pushing or just gaining space for your team. I mean, you cannot risk getting killed by a Deadeye, so it really allows your team so much flexibility, and it just makes so much space. And of course, if you don't get anyone if there's no one in your sights, you can just cancel it, and then you have 50% of it back. You can build it up in just probably another 15 seconds if you're getting the fanning the hammer and getting hits. So yeah, McCree good, very good, still in the meta.
Well, taking a look here at the defense rolling out here from the Reunited side. Defense has sold for 5:35. It's going to be Winghaven on the Reinhardt, 2easy on the Widowmaker, Volotaja on McCree, Morte on the Mercy, Cruz on Symmetra, and Unfixed on the Junkrat. So again, not seeing the Torbjorn here from any of the teams today, but Symmetra is still a favorite on Hollywood defense.
Okay, so actually an aggressive standpoint here for Reunited. holding further forward than most teams. I suspect that they'll probably fall back shortly, but they'll look for some initial picks, look for some initial Junkrat spam, some long-range left clicks with McCree. But they will end up backing off here, most likely.
Yep, they're backing off. They're just looking for an early pick if they could get it, but being very, very cautious. And look at this, Anox going in, not wasting any time. They're going to get punted into the air by the concussion mine, though. Not quite the way they want to start this, but Sharik able to take out Voltaja and knock on the unfixed. 2 quick kills here for Anox, but look at Too Easy over the top. Takes out Kenzie, uncontested, makes it a double, and this Widow play is going to absolutely terrorize Anox. They'll deal with it too.
Stop him? How are they going to get up there? Let's deal with it. Winston's the only one who can, and Winston's going up. And it's a 1v1, so
might
Winston...
be doing... Oh, Winston goes down in the end!
My God. But
Might not matter, though. They did so much work on the bottom.
That was great. Really great stuff by Anox, and I hate to say it, but I think it was Reunited being so far forward on defense that bit them in the ass there. Yes, they were backing off consistently, but they didn't back off quick enough, and great engagement. I want to give a big shout out to the Winston play from Anox, who opened that up for his team.
Kenzie adding on to pressure, takes out Voltaja. Voltaja not having the greatest game here thus far, getting picked off by a whole bunch of different things. As Anox piling on, takes out Too Easy. 2 extra kills here for Anox, as now they're in a great position to just push this payload almost to the end of part 2 here. This is, Reunited needs to get something in their favor sooner rather than later. As Cypher now in the back takes out Voltaja again.
Whoa, Anox is actually on pace to beat that time. 5 minutes and 35 seconds is fast, but it's not the fastest.
No, Anox is in a great position here. They're absolutely being Reunited's time here thus far. Cypher in the back looking to get this Mercy. Mercy running for her life. Cypher trying to get in, not able to kill her just yet. She gets the res off before dying. Good evasion there from Morte, but now the Dragon Blade coming out, slicing and dicing a Cypher. He's gonna get taken out by Winston over the top. But this is turning into a brawl where Reunited is just struggling to hold on. They might be able to clear this out now.
Yeah, Reunited starting to gain more footing on the point, as Anox really has to sync up. They're kind of spread apart right now, as 3 of them are coming from spawn still, so now 4 of Anox together, but it's still 4 versus 6. But Kenzie gets the kill against Too Easy in the Widow versus Widow battle, and that's actually really, really good now for Anox. Unfixed going up top, dropping the monkey ult, opening things up for his team, but actually still looking good here for Anox.
Yeah, that being said, their defense for Reunited coming right back. The shield will stop the offensive Earthshatter in its tracks. Meanwhile, Winghaven has an Earthshatter of his own, holding on to it. Sharik running for his life, eating the hammer to the face, going to go down. And now the offensive Anox starting to sputter as Reunited finds their groove. Kenzie, though, I can't say enough. He's been doing a great job against Too Easy, picking him off over and over again. If he keeps that up, it's going to be rough times for Reunited.
And remember that Morte does have his defensive resurrection up, while there's only 40% for Rubicon on attack, on the attacking Mercy. So this next engagement, very aggressive for Reunited because they know they do have that Mercy res here.
Kenzie was a little bit too far up, got punished for it. Turned to a brawl on top of the fight here. Winghaven with the shield up, trying to buy some time. Cypher going to take him down. Voltaja, though, hanging strong. He's going to get taken out by Cypher. Cypher now on the double kill as Reaper has Death Blossom at the ready. Could drop at any moment. Might do it in response to this Mercy res. He's going to Wraith for him. Will he Death Blossom off this? He will, but he just dies immediately. No value from that Death Blossom.
Yeah, unfortunate for Anox there. Rubicon, their Mercy, just built her ultimate and then died a millisecond later. So great targeting by Reunited to call out the Mercy and take her down very quickly.
And time-wise now, Reunited has really set things back in their favor. They don't have to defend for a minute 45 longer. Anox has been absolutely stymied here in the Streets phase. What was once looking really good for them, now not looking anywhere near as good, as Crew's going to take out Anox. And I know Anox knows that this is desperation time here. Offensive sound barrier is out. They need to make something happen right here, right now. Kenzie able to take out Too Easy again, but Voltaja coming in off the flank punishes him as Sharik brings things back forward for Anox with the double kill.
You know, I gotta say, I think Sharik has been coming out on top of the Reinhardt battles more often than not. And that's actually really the saving grace now for his team. Sharik gets yet another kill against the opponent's Reinhardt, so this is actually looking okay, even though there isn't very much time left.
Here it comes, Too Easy on the back with the Dragon Blade, has one, looking for more. Winston got pop Primal Rage in response, and Kenzie picking him up, but now time-wise, this is pretty grim for Anox here. They only have about 50 seconds left. They're getting very close to a mathematical elimination.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible anymore. Especially, I mean, open this gate takes like 8 seconds to open, right?
Yeah, the gate alone does take a while. You're absolutely right. And I think now it should be GG in favor of Reunited, but Anox definitely bringing it to them at a variety of levels. They will get to this checkpoint, but with only 27 seconds remaining, they're not going to be able to bring this from here all the way to the end in time.
Yeah.
I gotta say, Anox definitely made it close. Way closer than I was expecting. And if they could have just gone through middle a little bit sooner, they had a real chance of taking this game.
Too easy, man. He has to be one of my favorite players in the game at this point because he has played Widow, he has played Genji, and now he's switched on over to Roadhog. We see him play Zarya, we see him play Pharah. I mean, this guy just plays, of course, Tracer. He's in fact almost known for Tracer. So Too Easy really proving to be one of the most versatile players in the game.
All right, time has expired, but here comes Cypher in with the Death Blast. I'm not going to get as much done as he would like. Ends up killing Winghaven in the end. But this is all moot here. Reunited coming in. Roadhog with the whole hog. And Too Easy really showing hog here on either attack or defense for this point. Really likes it. But Reunited get pushing back. And there's the GG coming out from Anox. They know it's over. We're just going lobby and go to the next game.
All right, pretty comfortable win there for Reunited. Although Anox did put up a good fight here on attack. If only they were able to hold a little bit longer on defense, this could have been a pretty damn close game. But in the end, Reunited does take the map win.
Yep, Reunited going up 1-0 now over Anox, and we'll see if Anox can reverse this here going into the next side.
All right, we're just gonna push this cart, guys. See the play of
Sometimes
the
teams
game.
do that. They're just like, you know, we just want to see play the game.
Or not.
Or not. Either way.
You know what? Whatever. Whatever you guys want. And Kings Row.
Kings
Hollywood,
Row immediately
Kings Row, baby.
selected, and they just want to get right back into it. They're asking if they're ready. Apparently, it's just going to be them on attack. So we are good to go going immediately into Kings Row. No breaks here in the GosuGamers Overwatch Weekly Cup EU. This is the winners semifinals. Winner of this will move on to fight Envy in the winners finals.
Oh man. We are headed directly towards a Reunited Envy winners finals. Most likely here, unless we see a big upset out of Anox.
I'm not sure it'd be the biggest upset. I mean, Anox, they had most of their things together there. They just need to pull it all together a little bit sooner. I do think they have upset potential, even if I think Reunited is going to be the more consistent team. All right, so here we go, going right into Kings Row. No breaks here. It's going to be Reunited on the defense first. Anox on the attack. I'll see just what defense is being run, but there's one trend here today that I expect to continue. I would expect to see Unfixed on the Junkrat, and there it is. No surprises there, Fishsticks.
Yes, almost a must-have now. It's interesting because I mean, what is Junkrat best at? Obviously, his trap can be annoying, and you can chuck his mine over things like Reinhardt shields. But really, it's all about just spamming, making it so difficult to progress through the relatively narrow choke, which is kind of the gate at the front of Kings Row. Just spam through that thing as much as you can. Get as many early nades as you possibly can on Reinhardt's shield as well, giving your defensive Reinhardt a huge advantage. That's exactly what we're seeing here, but it does look like we're going to see Winston and Reinhardt out of Anox again, and I like this. I mean, you really do need that Winston to disrupt the stalwart defense that is set up right here.
Definitely. Well, take a look here at the full defense coming out from the side of Reunited. It's going to be Volataja on the McCree, Cruz on Symmetra, Morte on the Mercy, Winghaven on Reinhardt, Unfixed on the Junkrat, and Too Easy. Go round things up here with the defense of Widowmaker.
Okay, let's get into it. Things begin now. Second map between these two teams. Anox is do or die. Well, not do or die. They still have a loser's bracket potentially waiting for them, but they certainly want to be able to set a good time here on Kings Row and get the momentum in their favor.
Yep, we do see Widow pressure coming down from the defense. The offense body over the top, but here they go. Winston coming in over the top. The offense now rushing in, but Volataja punishing immediately. Takes out Rubicon as Too Easy over the top as Widowmaker picks up the double. And Reunited just punishing that rush in at all levels. And, you know, every now and then, the entire team rushing in like that can work, but if it fails, not only have you wasted a push, but they just fed Reunited a whole ton of ultimate, including that symmetric teleporter.
All right, the teleporter's up. The teleporter is already up. He built his ultimate in about 40 seconds there, which is not the fastest that you can build it, but pretty damn close to it. He must have connected with a number of orbs.
Definitely. We'll take a look at Unfixed. Unfixed now. Look at the spam spot coming out from Junkrat. Still applying the pressure. Landing it over the top. Really cool position coming out here from Unfixed. Anox almost running directly into it. But Reunited holding firm here thus far. They do have a defensive res up. They're about to have a Riptire. And we'll see if Anox has an answer for this in just a moment.
Yeah. Can they open it up with an early pick? The all-important picks to get things rolling for the team. And honestly, I think at this point, they've hit such a brick wall that it's going to take a flurry of ultimates for Anox to get the first point.
Speaking of ultimates, here comes the Riptire coming in, biding its time. Will it get taken out? They know the Riptire's coming. It's already taking a little bit of damage, and no, it's going to get taken out by Cypher. Cypher not having any of that Riptire, but might not even matter as Anox is really just, they're taking a lot of time here for Sticks.
Yeah, and I like that, though. Take your time, have a well-executed plan here. Cypher needs to get a flashbang over the top of Winghaven, and then they need to engage with the Earthshatter. Will we see that coming out in just a second here? It takes very close coordination, but now Sherik is behind the entire defending team, able to get initial kill here. That's 3 in a row, CP.
Yeah, Sherik got in, definitely made things happen, but the Resurrections get come out here for the defense. They still have that teleporter up. Reunited is not out of this yet. They're moving right back in. It was a good initiation from Sherik, but Winghaven staying on top of the point as Too Easy now in the top perch as Widow gets 1 kill on the Kenzie, has the Lucio in his sights. There is no counter to him right now, and he takes out Cypher, and then Anox is gonna get pushed back yet again.
Oh man, Too Easy had his wall hacks up. He had the sensors going, and that allowed Volatasha to flank around. And I want to call this out specifically because it's kind of interesting. The Mercy for Anox was not even healing or damage boosting anyone just so he could stay hidden. But he didn't realize that the wall hacks were active, and Volatasha basically shut that push down before it started.
Dragon Blade, this could get huge value, slicing the clump of people. Anox with the triple kill, getting some high value there for the offense of Anox. Resurrection get come up, Cypher back in the fight, and with the aid of Kenzie, again take down that Reinhardt. And finally, this should be what Anox needs to get this payload moving.
Yeah, I don't think there's a chance here anymore for Reunited, and neither do they, so they're going to back off, but fortunate spawns for them. They're going to be in a great position to hold in the streets phase. You know, all too often we see that first point being taken, and then if it's taken at the wrong timing, it can push the defender's spawn points all the way back to the end of the map, which is just so long to run, but you know, that aside, Reunited in a great position to defend here on the streets.
Yeah, no, Reunited, they're able to regroup, restabilize here. Not a lot of momentum coming out from the side of Anox. Ult-wise, things are relatively even right now. I mean, Morte has a res, but you know, Mercy res comes up every 2 seconds. Unfixed, though, getting in deep, almost taking out Kenzie. Has to back out. Good pressure, though. I do like the approach. And Anox just getting pushed back right now.
Yeah. It's going to be an aggressive push by Too Easy, who's now playing Winston.
Look at this. Unfixed got in the back, taking out Mercy directly in the back. Unfixed not wasting any time. This is a very aggressive defense from Reunited, but it pays off as they get nearly a full team wipe, and they charge their ultimates in the process.
Okay, so gonna take a second for Anox to get all 6 back together, and here they go. All 6 back. And a couple ultimates to their name, but really no advantage, actually, here.
All right, Deadeye coming out from Volatasha, but the big Earthshatter from Sherik knocks down 3 people, brings Winghaven to his doom as Anox and Cypher absolutely capitalizing off that play. Crew's going to go down to those Hellfire shotguns. Morte, though, going to bring up the Resurrection won't be enough. That was a very decisive fight coming out from the side of Anox, and they're not holding back at all. 3 additional kills off the Resurrection. Volatasha, though, getting a kill of his own, trying to bring this back, and Winghaven getting some work in as well, so what could have been very decisive for Anox, not quite as much as they would have liked, but they still do enough to get the payload moving.
Big plays out of Winghaven there, but not quite enough. And what? The one's on the payload. It stopped, boys. They're trying to get an early pick here, but I don't like that. They should have been pushing the payload that whole time.
Yeah, they did lose a little bit of payload progress. I mean, regardless, they're going to have to do one more fight. The one upside in the offensive cap here is that they do have a Death Blossom at the ready. and Anox might be dropping that here in just a moment. Winston going in very, very deep here for Reunited. Reunited again being highly aggressive with their defense. But look at Anox. If Anox can get some high ground here and move over to the top, he should be able to drop a Death Blossom in Fish Sticks. Here it comes. He's moving in. Will it happen? He's gotten to the back. Defensive sound barrier is up, though. That's going to ruin things as Reunited just charging into that offensive backline. Things not going as planned for Anox.
Yeah, not at all. At least they have a couple of ultimates ready for this next fight. But actually, not a whole lot, honestly. Only 2.
There's the team kill horn. I mean, Deadeye and Death Blossom both pretty good, but Anox, he spent a little bit too much time setting up the Death Blossom, did not pan out the way he wanted it to pan out, and as a result, Reunited now in a very, very good position as they hold here.
And Anox can't be happy with this. I mean, they really, really need to set a quick time here on King's Row if they want a chance at defending for that same amount of time.
You know, the Death Blossom coming in through the back does not do as much as they want, but 3 kills for the offense thus far. But look at Unfix going over the top with the barrage. It's absolutely nothing done with that barrage, though, as Kenzie is absolutely feasting right now here for the offense. Has 3 kills so far. Resurrection does come in for the defense, but might not matter as Kenzie takes out Winghaven. And Kenzie just absolutely coming alive here on that last push.
Yeah, Sharik still impressing me big time with his Reinhardt play. You know, Winghaven has been one of the most consistent Reinhardts that we've seen in the competitive scene. He's a great Reinhardt, but Sharik, he's playing just as well as Winghaven.
Kenzie now taking out Morte, adding on, and Kenzie really having good things happen, but Voltaja coming back with the Deadeye, takes out 3. Voltaja, known for exploding, and definitely did so there, runs in with the speed boost, bans the hammer, and Reunited gonna clean that up again. And now there's only 35 seconds left, so really this is do or die for Anox. They want to at least get to this next checkpoint, but if they don't do it on the next push, it is going to be GG.
I kind of wish they had a Winston for this last push, but look at this. Almost all 5 ultimates up now for Anox, so if there was ever a chance, it is now. But Morte will have his Resurrection for this next fight as well, so Resurrection will be up on both sides. Sharik, though, is going to come out on top again against Winghaven, popping that ultimate early, forcing Morte to do so, and they still have a Resurrection 4 attack will it be used here.
Yeah, no, the Sound Barrier Resurrection doing all sorts of work for Reunited. That looked really well for Anox to begin with the Death Blossom, but they're getting turned on them immediately. There will be a Resurrection Death Blossom, or Resurrection Sound Barrier coming up from the offense. They want to turn this in their favor. Sharik moving forward, Cypher and Anox being the defense, or attack, going forward. Will it be enough though? Voltaja finally falling. Unfixed hanging over the top of the barrage, gets a quad kill! That is going to be it, Fish Sticks, Unfixed with the clutch barrage to close it out, and Anox is not going to get that second to last point.
But a valiant effort indeed out of Anox. They played very well. They played patiently, it feels to me, which I like to see, especially when you're playing against a team that you think does have an advantage over you. You gotta wait for the ultimate advantage. You can't do it without that ultimate advantage, or you probably shouldn't anyway. Concussive Blast, is he concussive in there? No, it doesn't even need to.
That was basically instant replay from Unfixed's point of view, but what a quad kill that was. And time-wise now, this is pretty rough. I mean, the only real way to victory here now for Anox is they probably just have to hold first point outright. I think, of course, Reunited can cap first point quicker than they did, and they will cap it out right then and there, but if they just cap second point period, they're also going to win, so pretty rough here for the side of Anox. Not possible to force the third map, but pretty unlikely.
Okay, I gotta switch sides. And looking pretty damn good for Reunited now, as all they need to do to take home the win in this winners finals is going to be to complete the map here on King's Row. So Reunited looking to position themselves in the winners finals in a second here.
Indeed. So we are switching sides. Is going to be Anox on the defense here. They are fighting to stay in the winners bracket. Reunited looking to knock them in the losers and go on to face Envy in our winners bracket finals. We'll see how all this works out. But 5 seconds remaining here, and we're going to find out just what that defensive lineup is. Looks like it's going to be a knock on the Symmetra, Cooler on Lucio, Cypher on the McCree, Rubicon on Mercy, Sharik on the Reinhardt, and Kenzie going to round things out here on the Widow.
I really wonder if we're going to see this lineup out of Reunited, if we're going to see it stick. Because they are running without a Lucio, potentially looks like. So 4 DPS, 2 tanks. Excuse me, 3 DPS, 2 tanks, and 1 support. Might see that, actually.
Very, very possible. We'll see just what the look is. I do like the look of Unfixed being on the attack here as Pharah. We've seen Pharah a lot here on First Point Kings Row anyways, even when you could stack heroes with no hero limit. It's just a hero that, you know, if played right, can really be explosive at the right time. No pun intended.
Okay, will Cruz switch over to Lucio? Will he stick with Zarya? Find out in a second here. Zarya it is. Only
right,
one
Zarya
support for the attacking team, and they just want to prioritize the attacking DPS. Of course, Zarya's ultimate comboed with Pharah is just going to do so much work, and that's probably what they're looking for here.
Indeed. Well, Unfixed right now, not wasting any time, going over the top, looking for poke, but a knock takes out Too Easy immediately, and that's big because that's going to build Symmetra's meter that much faster as Kenzie takes out Unfixed. The defense of Anox looking very strong here to start out Kings Row.
Really nice stuff, getting 2 early picks in this fight. Make it a 3rd and a 4th. Look at this. Anox is building their ultimates, holding on the point, and putting up a fight here on Kings Row.
No, definitely. Kenzie definitely having himself a game. And Kenzie was exploding towards the end of the last round, so Kenzie perhaps finding his groove. Res-wise, there is a defensive resurrection up here, and this is a good position to be in here for Anox. Reunited can't be too happy with how that went down, but their next attack is going to be starting here in just a moment.
Yep. Alright, Reunited, of course. They are not running with a Winston here, and Winston was pretty much a staple at certain points in the meta of this first point. Being able to jump right onto the point, drop the barrier right on the middle. Very, very valuable, but of course, Zarya also has similar properties to Winston.
Here we go, though. There was a quick pick off from Too Easy, and Voltaja with the triple kill, getting the triple Deadeye, getting an extra on top. There is a big resurrection, though. Things are not over yet for Anox, but that was a very, very good look from Voltaja. Too Easy, though, still over the top, uncontested, able to just lay down fire with Widowmaker here, as the kill feed is still distinctly red. Reunited, very, very close to winning this map. If they cap it here, it will be a faster time. And Anox, they just gotta get in the point. They have to delay this somehow. Symmetra is trying, she'll go down, her teleporter goes down, and that's GG.
All right, and this is actually not so good for Anox, as they are down 5 versus 6 in this next fight. And we'll see if Reunited understands that they have this one-man advantage, and if they want to take advantage of that or not.
Reunited has already actually won this game, but we'll usually let the players call GG. We'll go on as it goes. They might just be looking for the cleaner cap on the next point anyways, but look at things set up here. Unfixed does have Barrage at the ready. Graviton Surge is up Fish Sticks, and you know what that means. Wombo combos could be on the way.
Yeah, they very well might. And look, everyone's kind of bunched up. It's only caught 2, though.
Barrage coming in over the top with that Graviton Surge, only gets 2 kills, but that might be enough. The offense really moving forward off this as Voltaja picks up a double. He has Deadeye up, and Reunited just absolutely bullying Anox right now. Deadeye's up, just gonna zone people out. Ends up firing in the end. Could have done the high noon, just kidding, to save 50%. Decided against it, but look at the payload progress here coming out from Reunited. Anox now, even if Reunited did not cap the first point quicker, they would be in a rough shape here. They do come out, though. Defensive sound barrier is on the way as they're getting up and on top of the point, but no kills just yet as Winghaven gonna turn the tables on Anox.
Yeah, as we've talked about, Too Easy exhibiting his skills, and yet another hero playing Junkrat this time.
What a beautiful Earthshatter. Knocks down 3 people. They didn't have the follow-up for it that they would have liked, as Cypher now trying to be the hero for Anox. Might not matter, though, as Voltaja, again, absolutely regulating in this game, really coming alive as McCree. Cypher going to take him out, will die in turn. And now the payload so close to its final destination. Only needs a little bit more from the Reunited side, but Anox trying to hold in strong here, pushing things back. We'll see if this is enough, as Anox now finding himself between a Junkrat and a rough place. And there it is, They capped the second point, and that is absolutely GG. Reunited going to move on to face Envious in our winners bracket finals here in the GosuGamers Overwatch Weekly EU Cup.
All right, so GG's to Reunited taking the victory, and we all sort of expected to see them do so. And that's going to be the winners finals